Look, you tell us where the bodies are and how they got there, and we'll let you into general, where you'll be the belle of the ball. If you don't tell us, we'll leave you in solitary confinement.
There were two things that happened to Neil Bush that made him turn out the way he did. The four Bush brothers were always together. There was W, Jeb, Neil, and little Marvin. That day, Neil and I had just robbed a bank.
Thanks for your help, Dick.
Come on, give me some.
There's hardly any left.
There's $5 million. Hey, give that back. That's mine. I stole it. No one even heard it coming. Neil landed on his head. It made him mentally retarded. Outside of the improvements, though, you never noticed the difference. Okay, fast forward here. It's 2001. I'm flush and feeling good. Red Hill Saloon, Haji. The Red Hill Saloon was a gay bar with a Wild West theme. Perfect for a Texas gal like me. The Red Hill Saloon was a gentleman's club. It was a gift to Neil from some grateful Asian businessmen. It came with a bad reputation, huge debts, and crawling vermin, much like Neil himself. The Bushes were descended from the kings of Ireland. Not the rightful kings, usurpers who sold out their country and gave their fellow citizens centuries of misery.
Marvin, how could you buy 1,000 put options for American Airlines? That's like betting the stock will fail. Don't you handle security for American Airlines?
Yeah, see, but only until September 10th.
W had a knack for two things: getting his brothers out of trouble and running businesses right into the fucking ground. Hey, W, I heard that Marvin actually bought 2,000 put options.
Marvin, 2,000?
Marvin Bush thought of himself as a winner. The fact that he was a loser never dissuaded him of this notion.
Jeb, do you know how many put options Marvin bought?
Well, 3,000?
3,000? Somebody heisted a Silverado. Detective caught the case, asked me about Neil. How could Neil steal a truck? He's mentally retarded. That's what I told the man. You do with it what you want. Hey, I heard Marvin bought 4,000 put options for American Airlines.
Marvin!
Neil, did you steal a Silverado?
At least I didn't buy no 5,000 put options.
You dirty rat, you know what we do to squealers.
Bring it on. W had never walked away from a fight in his life. He always ran as fast as possible.
Cops! This the Silverado you didn't steal, Neil?
W could drive anything. Drunk. Sober, not so much.
Hey, how am I gonna make some money, Shane?
We could blow up the World Trade Center.
Marvin, don't you provide security to the World Trade Center?
Only until September 10th, see?
We can get some of Poppy's Al-Qaeda friends to hijack a plane out of Dulles and fly it into the towers, then blame it on Saddam.
Marvin, don't you supply security to Dulles Airport? Oh, wait. I know. Only until September 10th.
See?
The other thing you need to know about Neil Bush is that his father was the president.
Neil, don't tell anybody where I'm going.
All right, then.
Where is your father?
Oh yeah, he went in there. It wasn't his fault. He didn't know they were suicide bombers trying to kill his dad. He didn't get a good look at them either, but he knew one thing: they were Iraqi. And that's what Saddam Hussein was. Iraqi.
Well, this Saudi passport certainly proves Saddam was behind this. Now we can lean on him.
Al Gore had taken over the neighborhood from Old Man Clinton. The Democrats had run it since '93, and they meant to keep it that way.
Please tell me your brothers weren't stupid enough to do this.
They're not like me, Al.
Well, that's good, because I know Marvin insured the World Trade Center.
Yeah, but only till... Uh-oh. Neil, I don't want you picking up that put option money.
If we don't pick up that money, the terrorists win.
Okay, but if you take Jeb or Marvin with you, I'll kill you.
I aim to kill you.
Saddam Hussein did his business at the same booth every day for 22 years. He had a toilet under the table. Also a midget with no teeth. And a flat head you could rest a beer mug on.
The Bush brothers. You know them? You know the father? George H.W. Bush. Time to unleash the weapons of mass destruction. Hey!
Howdy, stranger. Aren't you Jeb Bush?
Yep.
Jeez, Al, imagine what they do to Neil. They Terry Shavo Jeb.
I need your word that Neil has nothing else planned.
You have my word, and you know what that's worth.
What about his brothers? Is that going to be a problem?
Neil is the problem. He's a punk and a doper. He'll be more of a comfort to his mother dead than alive. As long as it's only Neil. Because if it's more than that, then I'm the one with the problem.
I love it when you talk butch. They found a witness on the Silverado job.
Didn't the robber wear a mask?
Yeah, a George H.W. Bush mask. Doesn't take a genius to figure it out. Neil's out of control. Get him some help.
Took my last dollars.
How many did you put in?
About $1 billion. I gotta go get some more money.
Hey, Neil, can I borrow your gun?
I reckon.
Thanks. I got a heavy date tonight.
Can you get Neil to go down there tonight and apologize?
Apologize?
Of course, when I say apologize, I mean he'll have to be sodomized. But it'll be no worse than a trip to a New York City police station.
Jeez, Al,
Don't get
I just
snippy
don't
with
know.
me.
It was that moment when W realized that Neil was dead. Al Gore had sold them out.
Hi, I'm former President George H.W. Bush, and I want you to give me all your money. Uh-oh.
You want a piece of me?
No, I'm good.
I want you to notice that the suspect is turning himself in voluntarily.
Not for nothing, but what am I turning myself in for?
For his Silverado job. You got something else you want to confess?
No, I'm good.
Bernie said he'd get Neil into rehab. So it's not a bad thing. No, it's not. I gotta step out for a minute. Where are you going? Wherever you are.
W. Bush. Send him down.
Downstairs.
Remember that day I told you about that changed Neil's life forever? I was the only one who saw. I was the only one who knew. It was W, driving drunk. And to this day, it's the one thing I never told anybody. I'm ashamed to be telling you now. W never drove drunk again, never did nothing. He turned his whole life around. He could have made it out. And he was never going to let his brother be hurt again. And this was the day that changed Neil's life forever. Because Neil went to rehab. And W became everything he never wanted. And that's where he left the bodies. Right where they lay. And what the Iraqis did with them, that I can't say.
I'm talking about the bodies from Flight 93.
Oh, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.